Hey, Audubon High School! This is WGUS out in Seattle, Washington, coming to you live or on a tape feed or on YouTube, however this gets to you. I am a former resident of Audubon, circa 1950 through 1963. Audubon High School attendee, Haviland PS number 3 there. Greatest days of my life spent back there in Audubon. Recently came back for a visit, first and last time in years. Got to say the town's looking really good, except Mr. Mayor, please get them sidewalks and streets and curbs fixed. Really hard to get around in a wheelchair back there. But anyhow, for you folks been living there for a while, don't date back that far. You're living in a really great little town with lots of good little history and lots of little connections to good things. You're raised there, you go to school there, you learn stuff. You'll do very well in life. Classmates I went to school with are doctors and professors, full professors. We got bunches of millionaires going on there, people living on golf courses. Audubon turned out some really great people. And with what the school has in mind for you and what I've got in mind for students back there, we want you too to be great citizens of this world. But you got to do it from here first. Actually, it comes from within here, the drive to succeed, and it comes from within here, from what the teachers are telling you to learn, which are the tools you need to take you out into the world. Now I want to talk directly to some of you students that you don't take school too seriously. You got all kinds of other things going on. School doesn't mean much to you. Grades are poor. Low self-esteem. You don't think you're going to be making it out in the world. Well, I want to tell you something, dudes and dudettes. Okay, I attended Audubon High School, but I didn't graduate from Audubon High School. But I ended up with 3 college degrees up through a master's. I live in a 2,800 square foot house on the golf course. I can afford to give lots of money to charities and back there to my school there. I very proudly want to say that I came back there last August 2010, and your superintendent, Mr. Borden, and my old high school principal, Mr. Ringling, presented me with a honorary diploma from my original class of 1965, and I have to tell you, I am extremely, extremely proud of that, because I had to ask, why? Why did you give me this? And they simply said, for life accomplishments. I've done as well as, if not better than anybody that I ever graduated school with or attended with, including valedictorians and top of the class and whatever. Because again, you students, it's all within here. What inner drive do you have to go out there and make it on your own, regardless of what you're doing in school? Regardless of what people are telling you can do and what you can't do. And meet up with the expectations for the people that are telling you still can do something, because you can. But it has to start from within here. You have to decide that you, regardless of what's going on in your life right now, that next 50 years of your life, you're going to have to make it better. But you're going to then have to use this up here to do it. And if you're going to shun classes in school and say that it doesn't matter and all that, it do matter. It matters big time. Because if I hadn't have gone out into the world after getting expelled, yes, I was expelled from Audubon High School in my freshman year. I went out into the world with an 8th grade education, but I then went out and applied myself very quickly, because I always had the inner drive to want to do what people said I couldn't do. So I don't care where it comes from, out of spite. Go out and prove people wrong just out of spite to show them. But also doing it because you want to be as good as anybody else, and you can. I don't care who you are. I don't care who's looking at this tape. You are as good as anybody out there. When you look around your school and you look at the jocks and you look at Joe Flacco and in the NFL, and you just hear names that are up there in that Ring of Honor. You know, you've seen the Ring of Honor up in the rotunda. If you don't, you should. You can go out there and be as good as them, because I am as good as anybody that's ever come out of that school. But I did it from within here first, and I did do it out of spite. You tell me, I left school and went in the Air Force. Oh, he won't get through basic training. Oh, he won't get through this. Oh, he won't do that. And I showed them. And boy, I am telling you, I am so happy that I had that drive there, and people that were mentoring me and giving me confidence, because I had a lot of mentoring all through them. If it wasn't other students, it was my former classmates. It was still teachers that had thrown me out of class, still had something in it. My high school principal, Mr. England, who I've stayed in contact with my whole life, and then other men, older men in the service who inspired me to go on. But man, you got to do it from within here, and you got to stop copying them attitudes and start hanging with people that will build you up instead of pulling you down, because it's really easy to fall in and start bumming with people that want to pull you down to their level when you should be way up here. Oh, I'm not saying go be friends with the class jock and all that, because none of that really matters. I don't care who I've ever seen go through school. You know, the Billy Laxtons and Joe Flaccos, they're real rare. They're one in thousands that go on to those levels to be Major League Baseball players or Major League Football players. But your average person is going to be the chief of police. You're going to be running the towns. You're going to be working in corporations at high levels. It just depends on what you want to make it, dude. Dudettes. It just depends on what you want to make it. You want to go out there and dig ditches, flip hamburgers? Some of those jobs are available, but as time goes on, high school graduate to flip hamburgers. You know, so you certainly don't want to be dropping out of school. Do whatever you can to stay in school. Do it the easy way. The way I did it was really hard. So I've been talking for a couple minutes now. I just wanted to get this message out there. We're doing a test here. Maybe one of these days we can be doing this stuff live, where you could be sending somebody questions and talking, in confidence to people like me that can be of great help to you. I've done a lot of mentoring in my life. I've had a lot of successes with some of you hard-boiled, don't care about anything kids. Taken a lot of them and sent them on to college and on to better things, or at least they learned something, just as you've learned something today. Hey, you can be a high school dropout and still make it, but you can't do it with attitudes and without the drive, and then of course without still gathering that education. So this is Gus in downtown rainy Orting, Washington, broadcasting from WGUS. Saying catch you on the rebound, have a good day, have a good life, whatever, and talk to you later. Bye now.